bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's amore. Some may say it's from Mars, some may call it cheese sauce, it's amore. You can put it in the lasagna tin, make it thick or thin, and do it your way. When you make bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's amore.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Good evening, you're listening to Rebecca Bowen, and tonight we have a very different show, one I'm very excited about. We have Linda James of the charity Bullies out. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you for taking the time to come in. Would you like to give shout outs to your staff and colleagues listening in?
Yes, I would actually. I hope they are listening and not ignoring me. So yeah, just hello to all of them. They're an amazing team. They work incredibly hard and I'm just so proud of them all.
Fabulous, thank you very much. Now, what does bullying actually look like? It's not always shouting and swearing. It can be much more subtle, can't it?
Absolutely, it can, yes. And, I think this is one of the big issues that we have, because people think it's the usual pushing, shoving, name calling, hitting, kicking, that type of stuff. But it isn't. It's not obviously loud or aggressive. Of course it can be.
Yeah.
We know that it can be. But it's that subtle bullying behaviour that is so much harder to recognise. So, the excluding from a team, the gossiping behind
propaganda as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Deliberately withholding information that they might need.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
So they might need that to do their job and to be able to fulfil that particular job. So humiliating, undermining, in the workplace, overloading. That's another constant overloading.
I didn't think of that one.
As well. Especially if it's just one particular person that is getting that overload of work. Constantly criticising, maybe
humiliating them in front of clients or customers as well, and laughing at them when they make mistakes.
If they make mistakes. There's just using somebody can use their own position to intimidate a person as well.
Yeah.
And all of this can just go under the radar because it can be so subtle.
So subtle. I mean, like you said, it can be obvious, insults, threats or physical aggression, but propaganda and social manipulation, turning people against someone.
Absolutely.
They just take on the role of the bully. They listen to the bully, they believe them, and they take on that role. And it's not on, is it?
And sometimes they're afraid, which is why they listen to the person displaying the bullying behaviour, because they're afraid that it'll happen to them if they don't side with them as well. So it creates this whole fear factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Why has aggressive behaviour traditionally been accepted as part of the kitchen culture? I use kitchen culture because it can be accepted in any role, can it?
It can.
Yeah.
But in hospitality,
it's rife, isn't it?
It's rife. We do get a lot of people talking to us about this. It does seem to be rife in hospitality. And I think traditionally, in the past, it was accepted. It was accepted that in hospitality, it was going to be fast-paced, hard and harsh. Doesn't make it right.
No.
Doesn't make it right, but that's how it was.
Yeah.
And I think it is that high pressure. It is hierarchical as well within that environment. Tight deadlines, demanding service, like I said, very fast-paced, long hours, the need to make those quick decisions as well. However, yes, it can create an environment where shouting and harsh communication has become normalised, but it doesn't make it right.
It's not right.
It's not right. So there is a long-standing culture of toughness within parts of that industry, and the idea that you have to have a thick skin if you want to go into hospitality as well. Because we've had people say, being shouted at is how they learn oh, okay. It's not how I learned.
No, exactly.
No, not at all. And so for us, that pressure is not an excuse for poor behaviour.
No.
Absolutely not in any industry at all. High standards, high pressure, they don't require humiliation, intimidation or aggression at all.
No.
You can function by being a decent, kind human being.
Absolutely.
Whether it, even if it is high pressure, you can still function. Because, we've seen these TV shows where somebody's screaming, yelling,
gosh, yes.
shouting. What is that going to achieve?
No,
Absolutely nothing. When you talk to a person and you treat them as the individual they deserve to be treated as, you get far more done.
Of course.
Because they feel respected. They feel part of that team.
Yeah.
And you will get far more out of a person than screaming in their face, insulting them, intimidating them.
Absolutely.
And I think, the culture is changing.
Yeah.
And that's important. There's probably still a lot more work to be done. But a kitchen should be a place where people can work hard, learn, make mistakes, speak up and develop without feeling that they have to tolerate that harmful behaviour.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's not just a kitchen, it's everywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere.
It's anywhere and everywhere. And that's where every industry should be. The people can speak up. They're not going to be laughed at. They're not going to be intimidated. They can make mistakes. They will learn from those mistakes as long as they have somebody to help them, support them and guide them.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of weeks ago we had the fabulous Nikki chef in, and she was trained as an army chef first.
Yeah.
And she said in the 90s it was hard being in a male-dominated kitchen. In the 90s I worked for Gale's Caterers in Merthyr. It was a female-led kitchen. It was harmonious.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced anything like that male-dominated environment where you get like misogynistic.
Absolutely.
A respect is earned, not given,
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that. So I don't care who you are, what you've done, where you've worked. If you behave appallingly, don't expect respect from me.
Yeah. That's right.
If you behave in a disgusting manner, I'm not going to respect you.
No.
And I've worked in that front of house doing the donkey work as a teenager in the 90s as a female-led kitchen, and it was harmonious. They were very, very strong women, very confident women, not afraid to voice their opinion.
Yes.
And I love being around that kind of woman because
That's right.
it helps you grow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think misogynistic, a hatred of women. I was speaking to a doctor of psychology the other day, and she sort of hit the nail on the head a little bit. I liked her take on it. She said it can sometimes stem from a lifetime of rejection, from school even.
Yeah.
So if, like the said bully becomes in power, and they will want to feel a desperate need for validation and attention, and that misogynistic plays a key role, and they just behave so appallingly bad, and they're allowed to get away with it. Slap on the wrist.
Yeah. And that's it, isn't it? It's that slap on the wrist. Off you go. Do it again. And it doesn't stop. And they don't learn that it's unacceptable behaviour.
Unacceptable behaviour.
Nobody is stopping it. No one is stopping it. So they do continue.
Yeah.
And it needs somebody to say, enough.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable behaviour. I'll explain why. And we need to change that pattern.
Absolutely. Yeah. You should preach that. Why has aggressive behaviour traditionally been... Oh, we've just done that one. Haven't we?
We did.
There's an idea that you have to be tough to survive in a professional kitchen, and although that may be true in regards to pressure, when someone in power abuses their position and you are left powerless to it, and said bully gets a slap on a wrist, what advice would you give to that person?
Yes, see, there's an important distinction here. Being able to cope with pressure is very different from being expected to tolerate harmful behaviour.
Yeah.
They're very, very different. So in a professional kitchen, resilience and staying calm under pressure, that's very valuable.
Yeah.
Or in any high-powered, fast-paced business. you know. They're valuable skills, but being tough should never ever mean accepting intimidation, insults, humiliation, harassment, or abuse of power. So when someone in authority behaves inappropriately, and the response is simply a slap on the wrist, as we were discussing earlier, that can leave a person feeling powerless and wondering whether speaking up was ever worth it.
Ever worth it? What was the point, isn't it?
Absolutely. So what we would suggest is don't confuse resilience with silence. If something feels wrong, it's okay to say so.
Yeah.
It is okay to say so. We always say to people, if they feel something is wrong, if they know that it's bullying behaviour, to keep that factual record, write it down. Who said it? When did they say it? What did they say?
Yes.
Where were you? To keep these notes. You never ever know when you're going to need that evidence, and it's so important to keep those notes. We say it to young people, we say it to adults as well. It's vital. And use the appropriate channels by speaking to somebody that you trust. And explain everything to them. That could be your manager. If it's your manager that's displaying the behaviour, go above them. Always go above them. There's always going to be somebody that you can talk to and tell.
Yeah.
Even if you have to keep going up that ladder to find that person. Just tell.
What services do you offer?
So with our work, we go into schools and we start to educate young people from nursery age.
Great.
Talking to them about kindness, caring, sharing, friendship. We don't mention bullying behaviour until we sort of go into, junior school, because it's all about caring, sharing, being a nice friend and a kind friend. Because then bullying behaviour comes in when they're probably around 7.
Yeah.
And we've got 14 different workshops, and they're all about respect, friendship, kindness, attitudes, behaviours. Then, of course, we go up into secondary schools and the different sessions change.
Okay.
So we go into schools with workshops, we go in with training courses for young people, parents, educators. We go into the workplace as well. We have a mentoring system and we have a counselling system as well.
That's great.
So we offer quite a lot. We've got lots and lots and lots of publications which can be downloaded, or if people want a hard copy and they can't find us at a community event, then email us and we can send them out. Because we're always popping up at different community events everywhere. And for us, it is about raising awareness, challenging behaviours and attitudes, support as well, educating on the impact, and we support both those impacted by the behaviour and the ones displaying the behaviour as well. Because we've got to try and stop that cycle. So we've got to work with both.
Do you work with other organisations like the police? Or
and we work with with anybody. We've linked with those with a domestic violence organisation, because that's out of our remit. So because people, they'll say, I'm being bullied in the home by my partner. That's another level for us. So we'll pass over and work with those, and we pass the person over to those. We work with single parent networks as well, because they can be bullied by society.
Of course. That's a big one, isn't it?
It's a massive one.
Yeah.
So, we'll work with whoever we can work with.
That's kind.
And just, work together, do events together, and just do what we can.
Amazing.
Because sadly, years and years and years and years and years later, I was bullied in school. It's still there.
It's still there. It stays with you.
It stays with you. And bullying, people say, do you think it's gotten better? No, I don't.
No.
And I think we have more ways to bully now with online, with gaming, and all the sites that they have. There's more ways to bully.
Yeah, of course it is. It's terrible, isn't it?
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I am joined with Linda James of the charity Bullies Out. Loving the show, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's dive back straight into the questions. Bullying is sometimes regarded as a rite of passage in kitchens, isn't it? How can we stomp that out?
It is. I think in some traditional kitchen cultures it's been treated as a kind, as you say, as a rite of passage. The idea that if you can withstand being shouted at, humiliated or pushed to your limits, you've earned your place in that kitchen. But that mindset is damaging.
Yeah.
Can be really damaging. Someone enduring harmful behaviour doesn't make that behaviour acceptable, and it certainly doesn't make them better at their job.
No.
And I think we can say this for all environments,
Every
as
environment.
well as a kitchen. There's a difference between being challenged to develop your skills and being deliberately intimidated or undermined. There's a big difference. So good chefs can set high standards. Of course they can. They can work under pressure and demand excellence without humiliation. You know, they don't humiliate the people around them. That's what a good chef would do.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
the head of the kitchen. The rite of passage argument can create a cycle of, I went through it, so you should too.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone seems to think that's how it is, so they'll just carry
it made
on.
me tough, it'll make you tough. Well, we're all different.
Yeah.
And, you know, okay, you might have gone through it and it might have made you tough, but I don't want to go through it and it won't make me tough because we're different.
Yeah.
And, you know, what this will do will simply pass harmful behaviour from one generation to the next. It'll just keep going down unless it's stopped. Or one generation of the industry, rather, to the next. So a healthier kitchen culture should make professionalism, respect, teamwork and accountability the rite of passage.
Absolutely.
Not how much mistreatment can someone tolerate. So the question shouldn't be, can you take it? It should be, how can we help you become the best professional you can be?
Yeah. Accountability is a big
Accountability. And we should be asking that everywhere. Not about the pressure, how much can you take, how much intimidation you can take, but how can we help you be the best person you can be?
one. Yeah.
That's what we should be asking.
Absolutely. What's the most common thing people tell you when they come into the charity for help?
I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh,
And that's really sad.
that is.
And that comes from young people, comes from
Really?
parents, it comes from adults, because they've reached the end of their tether and they don't know what to do anymore. They've tried to deal with the situation themselves
Yeah.
and it's not working. Nobody seems to be listening to them. They might have spoken to somebody, they've tried to ignore what's happening in, you know, maybe hoping it'll just fizzle out. And we know that it doesn't fizzle out.
No.
Bullying behaviour never fizzles out. Some people are told you need to be stronger. Yeah, gosh. That just drives me insane when somebody's told that. But by the time they reach out to us, they're exhausted. They're mentally exhausted because they're trying all these different avenues. Parents are trying this, and this to support their child. Young people maybe have bottled up so much that they're ready to explode because they don't know what to do.
And suicides are quite
absolutely huge, and they're afraid to tell somebody sometimes because for fear of it getting worse.
Yeah.
They don't want to be called a snitch.
Oh,
That's
I
another
see.
one
Yeah.
as well. And so they feel isolated. They're unsure. They don't know whether or not coming to us will get them the help and support that they
Well,
need as
yeah.
well. Is it going to work? So we hear also things like, maybe it's just me. I don't want to make things worse. I'm worried nobody will believe me.
Ah, I see.
And honestly, it's devastating when you hear things like this.
Because that
It really is.
evidence factor, it's sometimes you have nobody will be around to hear.
Exactly.
And a lot of the time they are, but when there's no one around to hear or watch or see.
Oh, those who display the behaviour can be very, very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever. And this is why we always go back to write it down.
Make a log.
Write
make
it
a diary.
down. Make a log. Always write it down. If you have a phone and you're able to use it, you know, in the environment you're in, tap it into your notes section. Or when you go home, write it down. Who, what they said, where you were, what day, what time. Just write down that evidence, because like I said, at some point you may need it, and it's so important to have that evidence and be able to say, this is what was said, this is what was done, and this is who was involved. And you know, if they feel able to, write down your feelings. You know, did it make you feel sad, upset? Did it make you feel angry as well? Get those feelings out.
It's form of therapy, that, isn't it?
Absolutely, as to how it made them feel as well. You know, they can email us, because we've actually developed like a log already there that we can email for them to print out or fill in online, with all the, you know, the headers in, to make it easier for them. Because we know sometimes it can be difficult when your head is all full of stuff to remember. You know, it's important that they're listened to without judgment. And that's what our mentors and counsellors do. They listen without judgment. They give guidance, support. I mean, the mentoring is obviously different to the counselling, but both of them, they're there to help and support. And the mentoring is an e-mentoring. So if a person just wants to get it all out in an email and be responded to by email, because that's their choice, that's fine. Obviously, counselling is different, because you're speaking to somebody, but they'll speak on Zoom, they'll speak on the phone. Again, you know, it's they'll do FaceTime. It's whatever that person wants. It's entirely up to them.
If a person's been through a lot and they've exhausted all avenues, I mean, they could report or said bullying behaviour, but that's not what was troubling them, sort of thing. If it was more of a different matter, do you have any powers to help in a situation like that?
It depends what the matter is,
right?
Because we are anti-bullying, and we can help with some stuff. So much, especially the counsellors,
right?
Because they're trained to deal with more than bullying behaviour. But sometimes they might need more specialist training. So, you know, for instance, if it was domestic violence, we would pass them to an organisation that we've linked with, because they're more specialist in that area than us. And of course, domestic violence, we would also encourage them to go to the police, because that needs to be reported to the police. And there's other areas, so we have people approach us because of antisocial behaviour, because of where they live. So we can pass them on to the antisocial behaviour team, but again, that's above our remit.
It's above your
because, you know, and then we've had people who have been physically assaulted by neighbours. Well, that's assault. Threats and assault need to be reported to the police. That's above and beyond bullying behaviour.
And how can they get in touch with you? Do you want to give your email and your website?
The website address is www.bulliesout.com. There's a contact us sheet on there. Or the email address is mail @bulliesout.com.
Fabulous. And then somebody will be in touch. Great. And then their journey starts with you.
It does.
What responsibility do hospitality colleges and apprenticeships have in teaching people what behaviour is and isn't acceptable?
They have a significant responsibility here. They're not just preparing, you know, young people, adults, to cook, serve or manage a business. They're preparing them to enter a workplace and be part of a profession. You know, there's a lot going on, or a professional culture. And that means teaching technical skills alongside professional behaviour as well. respect, communication, boundaries, and that word, accountability.
Accountability, yeah, that's the biggest
well.
one, I think.
It's a big word. So they need to understand that high pressure environments, constructive criticism and high standards, they're part of hospitality. They're part of any industry, really. But constructive criticism is positive.
Yeah, of course it is.
We all learn from constructive
Yes.
criticism. But intimidation, humiliation, harassment, discrimination, threatening behaviour, abuse of power, of course, none of that is.
No.
None of that is. And so they should also be taught what to do when something doesn't feel right
Yeah.
as well. Who can they speak to? How can they raise a concern? And importantly, the speaking up should not ever put their education, apprenticeship or career at risk.
Absolutely.
They should never be made to feel that they are the problem,
Yeah.
ever, because they've spoken up. We always say to school, we work in schools, colleges, universities, workplaces, and we always say to them that they should never, ever be afraid to admit that there's bullying behaviour, because it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
What they should do is to it sounds ridiculous when you say promote it, but it's about promoting what you're doing about it. So are you running regular sessions on raising awareness about bullying behaviour? Are you putting up posters to highlight kindness and sharing and being, a decent, kind human being?
Decent human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you putting up posters that can signpost to different organisations where a person can get help? Because all of this, somebody might not want to go into an office and say, this is happening to me, I need some help and some support, but they might glance at a poster, jot down the website or an email or a phone number, and go home and get in touch and get some help and support. So by having all of these different areas of support, then they're opening up to the whole culture of their organisation, their young people, their adults, whoever's learning within that environment or working in that workplace, and letting them know that, look, we know it goes on, this is what we're doing. You can speak to us. We have mentors in the workplace. We have peer mentors in the schools. But we also have all these organisations available should you need them.
It sends a message, doesn't
And it sends a positive message, absolutely. Because all the schools that we work in, we take them in packs of brochures and posters. And the children are our allies. They will come back to us and say, Miss, those posters are not on the wall.
Oh dear.
and we can go back and say to the school, have you put the posters up? Do you need more? Just jog their memory to put those posters up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because, they're all about kindness. We don't say, you have bullying in this school. It's all about the children looking at the posters to say kindness matters.
Yeah.
Kindness first. What did you do today? Type of thing.
Yeah.
How were you kind to somebody today? We word them in all different ways, so all different ages and abilities can understand them.
And they get rewarded for that, and their subconscious takes it in as well.
Yeah, they do. And then they'll think, oh, I opened the door for somebody today.
Yeah.
That was a kind thing to do.
And it'll make them feel good about
And
themselves.
Absolutely. So they feel good about themselves. And that's important as well.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Those steps, brilliant.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined with Linda James of the charity Bullies Out. I've had a few texts flying in saying cover this, cover that, and we've got our own questions as well, but let me just go to this. So there's feelings of frustration and helplessness. That frustration is a big one, isn't it?
Huge. And the helplessness, huge. Especially if you're the person that's impacted by the behaviour and you feel that you can't do anything about it. You just, somebody's doing this to me, I don't know what to do. I feel helpless, I feel useless. They just don't know what to do. That can then come out as frustration. So they then become frustrated, and we know that when especially a young person is frustrated, their behaviour can change, and nobody knows why.
They could react in
They
anger.
could react in anger.
And then do something stupid.
Absolutely. And then they could go on and bully somebody else as well, because it's a way of just projecting how they're feeling. So, you know, when we talk about bullying behaviour, it's a minefield of what it does, the feelings that it has on a person and how it impacts them. It's absolutely huge, and this is why it's important for us to work with a person that's displaying the behaviour to find out what's going on.
So you work with the bully as well as the victims.
What is going on?
Fantastic.
Is something going on in their lives that has made them feel that
Growing
they need
chaos, maybe?
Absolutely. And you know, I would say the majority of cases there is, not all. For some of them, it is about that power and intimidation. It is. But for most of them, you know, as you delve deeper and deeper, there is something going on, and it's easier for them to just lash out at somebody else and project their feelings onto somebody else in the hope that it'll make them feel better. But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. But it is frustration and helplessness, and we get parents with the same feelings because this is their child and they can't stop it. You can't put a band-aid over this and make it better. And this is what makes them so, they just don't know what to do.
No.
You know, you just want to make it better for your child and you can't, and then they feel helpless and they feel that they're failing as a parent and they're not.
No. And we were discussing as well in the break that sometimes you get targeted by the parents of the victim because you also support the not support the bully, but you try and understand the bully and nip it in the bud and change that. But then you face the backlash of parents as well, which can be difficult. Yeah,
it can be. And we do explain why we're doing this, because if we don't, we're never going to break the cycle.
That passive aggressive,
we won't be able to stop that young person from displaying that behaviour, and they'll just continue to go through life, or you know, at the very least their young life, in this, with this aggression and this anger, just constantly picking on people, and then you'll have this you know, this line of young people who have been bullied and humiliated and intimidated, and that's not good either. No. So we've got to work with them. We've got to work with both sides.
Yes.
Of course, the help and support is different, and that's not to say that, you know, in some cases there will be consequences. It's not for me to put the consequences in place. That's for either their parents or the school. And they do put consequences in place. They, you know, you can't just get away with treating somebody like that.
No, a lot of people do. And with adults with bullying behaviour,
I think more adults get away with it
when
than
they get
children.
caught, they suddenly become the victim. You know, and you just think, hang on, they behaved this way and now they're the victim? Really?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
So it's infuriating.
I know. It's a minefield, this issue. It really is.
Isn't it, though?
It really is. Somebody said to me once, it was about 6 or 7 years after I set the charity up, and we were sat in a team meeting, and they just sat back and looked at me and said, "You created a monster." I said, "A good one, though."
Yes,
a good one.
A good one. I love that you tackle the bullying behaviour with the same as you tackle the victim as well. You give them both.
They have to be
platform.
aware of the consequences. They have to. But they have to be. We have to find out the why. There's usually a why. What is going on to make them lash out in that way? Because, you know, as we were saying, when we're born, we're not born a bully.
No.
We're not. Something happens to make a person's behaviour flip.
Misogynistic. It's terrible. Thank you so much for coming in today. That was amazing. Would you like to wrap up with anything in particular?
Just if anybody needs our help, to reach out.
You are there to help?
We are there to help, and with our counselling is it's a virtual counselling, so it's on the phone, FaceTime or via Zoom, but it's fully funded. So, you know, as long as a person's over the age of 9, they can receive support from our counsellors.
Over the age of 9. And are you looking for actively seeking volunteers
Volunteers, yeah.
to take on what roles?
Oh my gosh, we have a list.
Okay,
we have
go
a list.
on, what are they?
So they can help us, really, they can help us with, the only thing the volunteers don't do is deliver our work in schools.
Okay.
But they can help us with community events, with fundraising.
Great.
We have admin. They might come to us and say, I've got these skills, can you use them?
Yeah.
You know,
I can
there's
help out.
lots. We're looking for trustees to join our trustee board, because we've just written a new strategy and the board want to grow their board.
Oh, okay.
I say their board, our board, their board. But yeah, they want to grow our board as well. So we're looking for trustees. If people are thinking of fundraising, then please.
Yeah, bake sales?
Anything. Think of us.
Do you have a unit? Someone could come in and cook all of that? And
we don't have a...
So they have to do it from their own?
Yeah, we have a... we rent some space in a business centre by the old Splot Market, but
is it a kitchen?
Mainly,
it's a kitchen.
There's no kitchen there. It's mainly for storage for our brochures and resources.
So with bake sales, how do you get around the HACCP? The person has to have the HACCP?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. If they're thinking of, like, oh, you know, I could do a bake sale.
Bake sales, so regular bake sales or whatever.
Yeah, anything. We do, in September, we have our own fundraiser called Step Into September.
Okay.
Where we say to people, if you can run, walk, cycle, hop, skip, jump, we really don't mind.
Yeah.
It's all about stepping into September to get healthier, fitter,
Great.
raise money. It's on 3 different levels. But, you know, for me, the levels were set, and I'm just like, do whatever you can.
Do what you can. And
do what you can.
Yeah.
We'll give you a Step Into September t-shirt and just get out there, do whatever you can, and raise some money for the charity, because everything, you know, that's raised obviously goes back into delivering workshops, because there's so many schools out there that don't have the money to fund anti-bullying and well-being work.
Maybe we could ask Sound Progression if they'd want to help with a music day to help out, or I could certainly ask some of the bands like 4-Act Riot, and I'm a singer myself, so I can I could organise like a gig and ask 4-Act Riot to come along. I'm sure they would. They're accruing a big fan base at the minute, so I can
he's grinning.
maybe not ask Sound Progression because they've got their own charitable fundraising going on, but I'll organise it myself, ask a few bands to come along and do something like that for you.
It's just, we try and, you know, I mean, we work across the UK, but if we go over the bridge, of course, we charge. We have to charge.
Oh, yeah.
Because any money raised in Wales is spent in Wales.
Yeah.
And most of the funding that we get is Welsh funding. It's spent in Wales. So we charge when we go over the bridge. But the schools in Wales, you know, budgets are cut.
Yeah.
They don't have the money, so we just keep fundraising as much as we can. We worked with just under 23,000 people last year, and we've got a team of 4.
Oh, wow! That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've covered so much ground and you're out there doing it.
Yeah, we can
That's
work
surprising.
with our workshops. We can work with 150 children
Brilliant.
a day, and it's so important because they're amazing. They are amazing. The children, they are. You know, yes, there's bullying behaviour, but when we deliver these workshops to them, they just absorb. They get involved and they absorb everything. And they take brochures home then to show their parents, and they are amazing. And the schools I know schools can sometimes get a bad press for not dealing with it, but when you've got 1,000, 2,000 pupils, it is tough. It is tough. And the majority of them deal with it as much as they possibly can. And for us, we just want to go in and help them to do that.
Yeah, amazing.
And even if that's like delivering workshops to the children, training the young people to become peer mentors or playground pals in a primary school
excellent.
because they're younger, of course. But it's all about raising awareness and, you know, educating them on the behaviours and
what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
What's not acceptable, and just being kind.
Just being kind.
You know, we're not going to get on with everybody.
No.
Even as adults, we're all going to have difference of opinions, and that can be healthy. Debates can be healthy.
Yeah, agree to disagree, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you don't like a person, just be kind.
Yeah.
Or be quiet.
Yes.
It really is that simple, isn't it, when you say it? And it's the same online. Don't post anything nasty. Don't share anything. Don't.
I know.
Just don't. Just don't.
There's so much of it, isn't
Just
there?
let it go past.
Let it go.
You know,
Don't be a part of it.
Yeah, it's just about being kind.
Being kind.
Yeah.
Love that message. Thank you so much for coming in today.
You're welcome. Thank you
Really
for having me
appreciate
here.
it. And that's a wrap for this weekend. You can catch both myself and Paul Bowen at Bootown Carnival this coming weekend. I'll be singing on the community stage in front of the Millennium Centre, and I'd like to big up Keith Morrell, who's organising it. He's a much loved figure in Bootown and has played a major role in keeping the spirit and the history alive, and the music, obviously. As creative director of Bootown Arts and Culture, he helped spearhead the revival of Bootown in 2014 after a 16-year break, and has continued to champion its rich multicultural heritage. This weekend, Bootown Carnival returns to the Bay Sunday and Monday. So celebrating the people, cultures and stories that have shaped Bootown over generations. We'll see you there.
The sound of the capital city.